Welcome. My name is Stacy Rosman and I am the Happy Holistic Healer. Today we're talking about arthritis and how to heal it naturally. This is something that I've been studying for 35 years that I needed to incorporate into my life, dealing with traumatic injuries that created osteoarthritis. However, I am pain-free, medicine-free, and happy as can be, and that's what I want for you. So let's get started. We're going to start out explaining about ligaments. Ligaments connect bone to bone. Tendons connect muscle to bone. Cartilage is what absorbs the shock when we're running or walking between the bones, like in our knees, our ankles, our wrists, our elbows, our shoulders. So cartilage, as we get older, can get worn down, and eventually it can happen that you have bone on bone, which is excruciating pain. However, there are some alternative methods that I've figured out after my surgeries, especially diet. But besides that, for example, massage, energy work, Reiki, medical Qigong, water therapy is incredible. Before I used to have some back surgeries, I've had 5 back fusions. The pain was just horrendous. So the problem with taking medicine is it's very addictive, and as you take it and you continue to take it, you need more and more to be able to have the same effect. And it's not good for your body. It affects your kidneys, it affects your liver, it affects your stomach. You get constipated, indigestion, and you can really go into failure of your organs. So it's really tough on your body. So I sought out all different types of alternative methods that I've been studying, and I'm sharing some with you today. So first of all, I'm certified in the Arthritis Foundation program as a leader for personal trainer and for water aerobics. And what I found was, before I had back surgery, and I've had it a few times, I do have 5 back fusions, I would get into the water, the pain would be excruciating. It's like being bedridden, when it gets really, really bad. You're almost basically bedridden or stuck on a chair with your legs up, taking the weight off of your back. And it's just a nightmare, and it gives you anxiety, depression, stress. So this also affects the physical body. From the physical problem manifests into mental and emotional problems, depression, stress, anxiety, like I just shared with you. Okay, so let's start out with, what I figured was, I found this out, that water, I would go submerge my body in water with a noodle under my shoulders, like 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, as frequently as I needed it prior to having surgery, instead of taking medication. As soon as I would get in the water and my body would be buoyant, the pain would go away completely. It was just amazing. But then it would come back again. I did need to have some surgeries, some fusions, which healed incredibly well and in record time. I remember the last one that I had 2 back fusions, and I was actually out dancing 6 weeks later. So the first time I had it done, it was like 6 months. But from any surgery, I always say it's a good year until you're really healed. Okay, so let's talk about ligaments. Ligaments connect bone to bone, and tendons connect muscle to bone. Then in between the bones, for example, our knee is cartilage. We have that between all our joints, elbows, shoulders, knees, ankles, wrists, everything. What happens as we age and wear and tear, the cartilage absorbs, like shock when we're running or walking, the shock it would absorb, but it wears away. And when you end up with bone on bone, the pain is excruciating. So let's just talk, a little bit. Let me go back to my notes because I have a lot here that I want to be able to discuss. Okay, so there's bursitis. And what we have in, for example, bursitis is very painful, so is tendonitis. There's a bursa with a fluid around it, encapsulated in our joints. So we're talking hip, shoulder, elbow, everywhere you have a joint, ankle. And tendonitis is an inflammation of the tendon, and it gets red, and it's raw, and it's sore, and it hurts, and it can take a very long time to go away. I remember I had tendonitis for over a year in my elbow, and just couldn't figure it out, how to get rid of it, and I was going to therapy. So I figured from studying and doing my energy work, excuse me, doing the energy work, and also having an alkaline diet, plus stretching, massage, hot baths, excuse me, all these things had tremendously helped. The pain when this happens is excruciating. It causes inflammation, redness, swelling, and usually ice is what you want to put on this when it's inflamed and you feel heat in your joints. You want to put ice on it. But what happens in arthritis, actually the warm water, getting into a shower or a salt bath or a bath, salt water is great for you. They do make saltwater pools. The ocean, the salt water is very healing. Salt baths, aromatherapy. Let me give you medical Qigong, which is working with the meridian system and trigger point. So there's acupuncture, which is great. It also releases endorphins, and it's very healing. It opens up like blockages in your body, the meridian system. Like chakras are your energy centers. Meridian system is like a roadmap in our body. Got it? There's a lot going on, but it does get easy to understand. So Qigong, Tai Chi, Yo Chi, these are some of the courses that I do have certifications in that I've been studying, because stretching is really important. Just simple stretching when you have arthritis is really, really important. Knowing how to bend, how to stand, how to lift things. All these things are of utmost importance, because if you do it wrong, you're going to hurt yourself, and you can end up bedridden for a long time and having to have surgeries, which it usually comes down to anyway. But we can heal things naturally. We can. So once you start and you try, like with the alkaline diet and with exercises and awareness, being aware of when you're eating something and what might stir the pain, the arthritis, if it's fibromyalgia. For example, let's find fibromyalgia. I wanted to talk about this. Well, fibromyalgia is actually a muscular issue. It feels like it's in the joints, but it's actually, there's points all over the body, and when you go to the doctor, they usually check out certain areas on the body before they say you're dealing with fibromyalgia. Now, I was told this years ago. Personally, I think it's just from the traumatic injuries that I had, but again, trauma and injuries do create fibromyalgia. So if I did have it, I had it, but it's gone, because now I'm pain-free. And all these different techniques are what I want to share with you. Knowing what your thoughts are, your beliefs, your dialogue, the words that you use, your mindset. These things are very important, and you need to be able to change this to get into a positive mindset. It's very important, having a positive mindset, because if you're in a negative place, you're going to go from negative, negative, negative. It's a vicious circle. And it's a little complicated at the beginning, but once you understand it, like through visualization and meditation and understanding, having the awareness and being aware of what words you're using and what your beliefs are, these are things that I teach. They're of utmost importance when you're dealing with pain, chronic pain, acute pain, any type of pain, but especially, from an injury, because the physical body is connected to the emotional body and the mental body. So that's when I talk about the 4 pillars of healing. To really heal fully, you need to heal emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally, and have them all balanced in order to heal completely. And spiritual is what your soul, connecting with your soul, your truth, your higher power, and people refer to this in different types of respects, but it's of utmost important. I sometimes spend hours a day in meditation with visualization, connecting with my soul. We fall from grace. You can't be perfect, and things happen. But when we're aware of it, we know to take a time out. I call it a taste of cake break, and go do what you need to do for yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be aware. Awareness is number one. In order to make changes, you must be aware. And what happens is it becomes your new normal. So once you take these techniques and incorporate it into your life, and you're aware of what's going on, and you're aware of the words that you're using, it becomes your new normal. It's not that complicated. Yes, it takes time, but so does anything else. Even when we started riding a bike, remember, we needed to learn how to ride a bike, but once you learn how to ride a bike, you get on 20 years later, you still know how to ride a bike. It's the same thing, but this is something that you really need to live by. It becomes your new way of life. That's what it is. So it could be your diet. It could be the stretching and the exercises. It could be dance therapy. It could be art therapy. It could be Qigong, Tai Chi, energy work, visualization. I said, okay, so there's movement therapy, and there's also dance therapy. Stress reduction, water exercise, which is just incredible. Just getting into the water and connecting to the water, like connecting with nature. Walking in nature and connecting with nature. For people that have issues with meditation, if you're walking in nature, it's much easier to connect and not have to worry about the thoughts keep coming up. The thoughts keep coming up. A lot of people say they can't meditate because the thoughts keep coming up. But this is normal. Once you start to learn how to meditate, whether you're sitting and meditating or lying and meditating or cooking and meditating or dancing and meditating, all this, it becomes much simpler. The more you do it and understand it, eventually it'll just take you a couple seconds to get to that place. It's amazing. So yes, with the meditation, lying down or sitting at meditation, I call that the healing incubator, energy medicine meditation. I've been doing this every day for 35 years. I started doing it intuitively, and I started studying after that. Shortly after that, I wanted words for what I was doing, like Reiki, energy codes, energy medicine. The list just keeps going on and on. Open heart and brain coherence. Bed yoga, chair yoga, bed stretching, chair stretching, floor stretching, light weights. For bone mass, we need to do at least light lifting of weights. So this is something that I teach, I specialize in. All these things I have under my belt, and I've been doing religiously for the past 35 years. A lot of them a lot longer. Okay, so Qigong, yoga, Tai Chi, Yochi, diet. Water is so important to drink. You need to alkalize our body, because our body will become acidic, and stress makes it acidic, and medicine makes it acidic. Sugar, meats, eggs, these things make your body very acidic. It's really important that you understand and you know these things. So when you're dealing with trauma or pain, whether it's arthritis or it's muscular, that you know the difference, that you're aware of it, that what you did before that may have created of it could have been foods, it could have been a workout that was just too much on your joints and your bones. Maybe you stretch too much or not enough stretching. We need to stretch. Stretching and flexibility will keep you young. Okay, let's see what we got here. There's ozone therapy, which is something that I do not do. Aromatherapy and massage. I used to get 2-3 massages a week. My body vibrates at such a high level, and this is what I'm going to teach you through the energy medicine meditation. It's like getting a constant massage, but it does not take the place of massages. And massaging for arthritis is just one of the best techniques. But picking a couple of these for your perfect plan is what's most important. What you can relate to, what you like, what you love, and what you will continue to do. Not just do it once or twice. You have to do this and make it a way of life. Okay? All right. Your state of mind, mindset. thoughts, dialogues, beliefs. Awareness of this and how to work with this and how to find out what they actually are. I teach you how to do this, what different techniques to find out, writing down certain things, your intuition, listening to your intuition. Most people don't listen to their intuition, and your intuition is so strong. Your intuition knows. You know. You really, really know. But oftentimes we don't listen to it. And once we start to listen to our intuition, once we learn how to do it, it will change our lives. And that's what it's all about, change. And change could be really exciting. A lot of people are afraid of change, but I'm telling you, change could be really exciting. It's an adventure. It's a journey. It's life. And learning how to love your life and live your dreams, your purpose and your passion. This is things that are so important, and I'm going to get you on the road to that, okay? Rheumatoid arthritis is an immune disease, and it can be hereditary. What it does is the cells, the healthy cells, are actually being attacked and destroyed. And that's what is happening in rheumatoid arthritis. It's very painful. Your joints can get deformed. They usually do. And with osteoarthritis and osteopenia, osteoporosis, the joints usually get deformed too. So when something starts, it's a good time to be aware and to really get it, have the tests done that need to be done, to determine if you are what you're dealing with, what type of arthritis. Gout is another type, and it's usually linked to diet because the uric acid in our body, it affects the blood. And then when it affects the blood, it affects the cells in the body. That's basically what it is. But usually it could be like an allergy. You can have an allergy to shellfish, or you can have an allergy to alcohol. I've had friends in the past who that was what their issue was. They would drink too much alcohol and they would get gout. It's very painful. It's in your feet, like in your toes and your feet and the joints, and it's so painful. You can't walk. So yes, but this is something that when you know about it, when you learn what you're allergic to, and stop eating and doing those things, you can keep yourself from having these episodes. Okay, so rheumatoid arthritis is very, very difficult, and it, like I said, it can be hereditary. The fibromyalgia, with the different muscles, there's different muscles in the body that are checked. When people are told that they have fibromyalgia, there has to be like a certain amount of those areas that are really tender, and it feels like it's joint pain. But fibromyalgia is really in the body. But all of arthritis, every type of arthritis, is going to create anxiety, depression, stress. It's going to create PTSD. You're going to lose your energy. You can lose your appetite. You can if you're taking medication, you can start eating things that you shouldn't be eating, gain weight, and then weight gain on top of arthritis makes things a lot worse. It's more stress on your body. So actually, when you're dealing with arthritis of many types, you want to be as lean as you can, because the less weight on your joints in your body, the better you'll feel. And the plant-based diet, the alkaline diet, is the magical key to having a weight, having no weight issues. Also, the fiber in the foods, because it's primarily it's fruit and vegetables, nuts, and certain type legumes, and fishes is not usually in the alkaline diet. However, if you do 75 to 80% of an alkaline diet, and then you eat things that have omega-3s in it, like salmon and tuna, mackerel, there's several different types of food that are rich in rich in omega-3s, and this is great to lubricate the body and also for heart health. It just, in blood, there's so many things. The cholesterol. And then there's eggs. Eggs have omega-3s in it too. And eggs are really healthy for you, but they're not in the alkaline diet. If you're going to be eating fish, you should limit yourself to how much and how often, because it does have mercury in it. There's certain types of nuts that are really high in omega-3s. And you want to eat like a palm size, what your palm is, of nuts a day. But if you're trying to lose weight, maybe you want to Nix that while you're trying to lose weight, and then slowly bring it back in. So nuts are great for you. They have high protein, but they are high fat. Okay. These legumes, chickpeas and different beans have a lot of nutrients in them. And we do need carbohydrates. We can't eat just a high protein diet. It's great for losing weight. It will give you bad breath, and it also will give you a loss of energy. So having a balanced diet is really important. Understanding it, understanding foods, and what you like and what works best for your body. These things are really important. Let me check my notes on the back. Okay. So when arthritis gets really bad, I talked about that. I mean, it's just excruciating, and then the joints can get deformed. Also, when you have bone on bone, muscles will atrophy your muscles because you're not going to be able to exercise the way that you were exercising if you were exercising before, even walking. Just walking and lifting things, little black bags from the grocery store or, from shopping, whatever it might be, you're still getting exercise from that. But if you can't, the muscles are going to atrophy and then hyperatrophy. This happened recently with my shoulder because I had to have my shoulder done an additional time, and it was re-injured. So it took a year till I had my next surgery, but those muscles completely atrophied. But the thing is, muscle has memory, and again, you can bring it back really quick. Once you have that area in shape enough, whether it's through surgery or through natural healing methods, and start exercising again properly, because posture and form are so important. If your form is wrong, you're going to hurt yourself. You're not going to benefit from what you're doing in your exercise. It must be proper form. Posture is so important. When we're lifting things, bending over and lifting things, knowing how to lift it properly, knowing how to sit in a chair, on a plane, in your car properly. The simple exercises. There's many different simple exercises. Making exercise easy is one of my favorite things to do. I love exercising. I know most people don't, but exercising made easy is my specialty. So these are things that I teach all the time, and I'm going to continue to teach for the rest of my life. Because when I'm 90 years old, I'm going to still be doing it, and hopefully you're going to be doing it along with me. Okay, osteoarthritis is usually from trauma or fractures. It's normal, like wear and tear, what happens, like when you have a broken bone or something. You can get osteoarthritis because the healed area, as time goes on, arthritis starts to develop. And it will get worse and worse as time goes on. So you want to know those techniques to preventing this. And osteoarthritis is naturally a wear and tear on the body. So if you're doing sports, heavy sports when you're young, or just a lot of running and football and whatever it might be, the cartilage gets worn down and the bones start rubbing against each other, and that's osteoarthritis. Extremely painful. You can develop it very young, but primarily it happens like 40s or 50s. And this is something I specialize in too, and I'm going to be teaching you. I'm so excited. Can we talk about fibromyalgia, depression, stress, the emotional? Osteoporosis is bone loss, and bones fracture easily when this happens. A plant-based diet normally has a lot of calcium, but there's at least 9 other minerals that are really necessary in healing or dealing and healing with osteoporosis, osteopenia, and also lifting light weights for osteopenia is really important. You start hunching over, the back gets rounded, and the neck goes forward. There's all specific exercises for that are very easy that I will be teaching, and I have taught, and I will continue teaching you. Plant-based diet. It always goes back to that. Vegetables and fruits of color. Color. I always say a lot of color. Red, yellow, purple, blue, green. Yes. and I love you. Have a great day.